All right, I wanted to post a little video about a new product I'm putting on this thing. This is my 2019 XRC. I think some of you guys have seen it. Oil changes. We all have been dealing with the proverbial Can-Am product with the paper filter, and you know the big challenge is you spend 50, 60 bucks for this product and you get a mediocre filter, and you know, doing the oil changes on that we take out the seats, got to remove all your harnesses, your center pod, any sound deadening material, and you got to remove multiple screws, those 3 screws on the filter cover, the housing cover, and you lose them. You need a 90-degree screwdriver to take that thing off. It's a process every time you do your oil changes on it. So found this a while back. I've been meaning to buy it. It's a product by Mr. RPM Cycle. It's an outfit that all they produce are products for the V-Twin Can-Am. It's about $105 for this particular model. This actually goes right into the housing of the paper filter. So you remove the cover of the paper filter. This slides into that housing. So you're actually going to transfer the gasket from here onto here. You'll also take the original cover off the buggy, and the gasket for that cover will swap over onto this piece as well. And this now becomes the cover. And this will then slide into the engine housing, use the factory 3 screws, and screw in place. And then you're never going to mess with those 3 screws again. And then from that point on, you can use a standard 1406 oil filter that you can get at the auto parts store, and it's a screw-on. Now, my understanding was, you know, maybe this I'll be able to do oil changes and never have to open up this access panel behind the seat. And that does not appear to be the case. I think I'm still going to have to always get behind this seat. I just won't have to stick my head through the panel every time. I won't have to use, you know, 90-degree screwdrivers and drop 2 out of the 3 screws and try to have to fish them out of the skid plates and such. But I will not be able to go in from underneath here and reach from behind the flare, I don't think, to get to it. That's my hunch is I won't be able to do that. But it will still speed up my oil change. I'll be able to use a better quality filter. And the best part is I'm going to be able to start getting away from using the Can-Am oil in this kit and just use whatever oil I want to use. So I'm going to start the engine up here. It's a little cold here today. I'm going to warm this thing up. I'm going to dump the oil, and I'll come back and show you where we are on kind of doing the swap out. All right, so what we got to do now, at least on my buggy, we got to get the center console out. We have to loosen these straps. I don't like to take them completely off because it's just a pain in the rear. I don't have to do this side. I will loosen the seat and the top half I can move off to one side, but this side, this top half I will also move off to the side. Just need to get access to this bottom panel down here, which sits kind of behind this upper storage compartment. Alright, so we have this taken apart now. We got the panel removed, seats pulled apart, and you know, she's a dirty girl in here. Looks like a little bit of leaking. But I do have, right down here is my cover for my oil filter. So that's what we're going to be disassembling, and we're going to be installing that replacement part there. Okay, so we're back. We've got the Mr. RPM adapter installed here. Now what we did was we first removed the plate cover that everyone's familiar with. Now this, as you probably if you've ever done an oil change, you know this is installed right here. Your oil filter is internal right here inside this this compartment. So we remove this. The Mr. RPM adapter installs in the same spot. You use the same 3 screws, and then you get rid of this completely. Now you have a threaded adapter right here, and this lets you use the 1406 automotive spin-on adapter, which I'm going to try to get my arm in here without bumping the camera, and you can spin it on here. Now I did say, I think on Facebook to a couple of you, I bought this so I don't have to go through this access panel anymore. And yes, that is true. I did say that. Now, here's the beauty. I noticed after the fact. I was a little cautious after I started, installing this. I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to, accomplish my goal of never having to go through this access panel again. But I think I can. Excuse the mess. This compartment's a little trashed. So you'll notice you can reach right in here and get to that adapter. Might be hard to see on the camera, but I can reach in there. I've already done it a couple times. I can reach in there and unscrew that oil filter, not a problem. So, yeah, oil changes, I do not think I will have to touch the spin on it or go through this access panel again. So, yeah, I'm going to clean up this interior, get it all put back in shape, and we'll be, not doing oil changes this way again. Hope that helped.